That's what they're playing for, the Sid Waddell Trophy. The Peter Wright clan looking happy. Got to say, at this stage, is this set now must win for the Aussie?
Well,
96.
I would say it's yes, kind of, no, but no. You can afford to give it up. The problem here is it's Wright starts. I think he can still get a comeback even if he lost the set, but certainly he's going to give everything, as he's shown with the 180, towards breaking now.
Well, we remember, don't we, one of the great semi-finals when James Wade raced into a 5-1 lead against Adrian Lewis and lost.
That's the thing about the World Championship, these best-of-5 leg sets. And I love it. I absolutely love it to watch, to play in every way. I think it's the best format because you can get a real comeback and a meaningful comeback. This is not over
95
until the last set is won. Whereas if you're in a match play format, it's so rare to see a real comeback there.
83.
The sort of comeback like Andy Hamilton had with Simon Whitlock in a match play is very, very rare in that format.
Yeah.
Whereas here, you have that chance.
Well, absolutely, because in match play, one slip up and that's it, effectively. But here, one leg loss, and you're still in the mix, aren't you? Perfect analogy there, John. This is the breakthrough at the start of this set.
You have to say he's not doing what he wants to do tonight. It's double top for Pete Wright. Should be an easy adjustment, just below.
Games on the first leg. Peter. Second leg is Simon to throw first.
His wife Jo with a little smile on her face because she knows that her husband
140
is inching his way towards the World Championship final. We always thought it's a lot of people before the World Championships. I'm sure it's the same with you. If there's an outsider,
100.
there's a name that you feel could come from the pack, and I bet a lot of us, I certainly did, would have picked out Peter Wright. Well, my other pick would have been Dave Chisnall, who fell at the first hurdle.
You know, Stuart, there's lots of those names these days.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, and I think that's a good thing. You know, that we have a lot of potential out there. And certainly, Peter, one of the very best on the tour
81.
these last few years.
Well, I go back to the point that we were talking about early on in this match, the fact that he gave up competitive darts at a professional
59.
level for over 10 years because he had to go out and work and earn a living. And he was inspired to play competitively again by one tournament. Look at this.
140.
Well, if Peter gets to the final, I'm going to take that photo and put it up for bids between Peter and Sky. I think I can make some money off it.
Well, I think we're going to have to show it. I think Sky will definitely take a snap of it, and we'll show it on finals night. But you wouldn't recognise Peter Wright, I can assure you. I've seen the photo. I didn't have a clue who it was. He plays some brilliant darts, and look at this, a chance to break now. Whitlock left with no choice. This has to go.
Yeah, and yet another time. 2 darts. He needs 1 treble out of 2 darts, and this time he gets it. 16 for double 16.
86.
Well, he got the treble, but the double was nowhere near.
Well, he hit this to win the opening leg of this set.
Games on the second
He's hit it to win the second leg of this set. At the moment, this is a procession. We thought this would be very, very close.
Well, I was speaking with Eric before the match, and this is exactly what Eric predicted. I give him credit. He might know something about darts after all, Stuart.
125.
I'm sure he's listening. I'm sure he'll remind us time and time again. Knowing Eric.
69.
But it's not over yet.
No.
I have to say that too. We're not writing this match over.
Peter Wright, 101. Well, make that 102.17. In a World Championship semi-final, the first time you've ever experienced anything
56.
like this. It's a special performance.
Well, like I said earlier, I just think the fact that he's played so many matches and thrown so many darts and legs and close ones, that he really is just used to being up there now. I mean, he can't get much more nervous in some of the situations he's been through in much earlier rounds even. So he's just become totally accustomed to that stage. He feels he owns it. He could be right. He is right.
Only a third maximum from Simon Whitlock, normally so prolific.
And a meaningless one. A meaningless one, especially here if this... Well, it doesn't matter. Peter's coming back to the board. Maybe if Simon gets back-to-back 180s, he could rattle Peter, but I doubt it.
Peter Wright, 63% checkout success rate in a World Championship semi-final. He's getting closer. He's now one set away from the dream of playing in a world final on New Year's Day against Michael van Gerwen or Adrian Lewis.
$140.
Well, they may be on stage sooner than we thought, unless Simon Whitlock is going to mount one of the great World Championship comebacks.
Here's a thought, Stuart. As we're looking at the coming up with Van Gerwen and Lewis, are they watching this game? Does Peter Wright's performance in any way put them off what they're preparing in their head right now for each other? Are they distracted in some way by this if they're watching? There is a monitor in the players' practice room. Trust me, we watch stuff sometimes, but do you think they'd be looking at all at this?
I think they'll be keeping an eye on it, absolutely.
81.
Did you prefer to play the first or the second semi-final?
I would say now the first. I can't remember before. I was just happy to be in them. Really, you're just happy to be in them. You don't question when you're on. You're so happy you're there and you have a chance to go to the final if you win. It doesn't matter. It's not like in the first round where you feel a lot more sensitive about when you might play. He'll go for bulls. He's missed them, but not a big deal. He's left tops. A good start to this set for Simon.
You've talked about set play as opposed to match play. If it was match play, it's 16 legs to 8 in Peter Wright's favour.
Yeah, and you know, if it's the 18, say, or 19, then very unlikely that Simon could come back. But that's the beauty of this format. We always have a match. He's double 10. Well, where was that dart? Peter certainly has a finish now, and he's been punishing Whitlock all along. So treble 20. Only a 1, but he's still got another chance for a treble 17. Yes, double 16. I don't think he's any good at this.
Not missed it. He has not missed it.
Oh yeah,
this.
that's right.
5 out of 5. 6 out of 6, and he's closing in. He is closing in on the World Championship final. 6 of the very best at double 16. What a performance! He's doing everything right.
Except a bit of a hiccup here, starting this leg.
81.
Good recovery, but just you know, if Whitlock could slam some trebles in like that, he might be able to break back. I tell you, when Simon saw that 81 start for Peter Wright, he thought, okay, this is it. I have to hit this 180, and sure enough, he did.
Has Whitlock not played to his potential, or has he not been allowed to play the way that we know he can?
A bit of both, but certainly Peter Wright has smothered Whitlock with his finishing and at least equal, if not better, scoring.
.95.
He has the opportunity he needs to break back here. He's gained advantage.
140.
The question will be when he gets a dart at double. I mean, the last dart he had a double there was well off.
Well, in a way, the shackles are off, aren't they, for Whitlock? He's got a free pass now. There's no going back. He's just got to try and play.
Still, he just has some doubts in his head on his finishing. Both getting a treble and hitting the double have been troubles for him. He's got the treble, so double 12.
That's a great marker. Has to go.
And he used it as well, just deflecting it off. I was surprised he had to move there. He moved a bit to use that dart to best effect.
Given himself a chance. He's broken back straight away in this 7th set.
Well, he had to, really. If he doesn't break back there, Peter moves one leg away from the match. You know, that's how important that break was.
100.
If you're Peter Wright, how are you feeling now?
He's maintained good composure all the way, but he might be getting just a little nervy if he's thinking about it. But the thing is, Simon gets on with his throws. He's very quick, so there's not a lot of time that Peter Wright is standing behind him. So Peter Wright isn't getting much time to think. Even though he's deliberate, Simon isn't.
Well, has Whitlock found an extra gear here?
140.
I just think that the pressure's off him.
In a way, but it is what it is.
134.
You don't want to lose here. That's a pressure all in itself. Especially when you're used to going to finals.
134.
Well, great darts from the Aussie to leave a finish. Can Wright do the same? Good last dart yet again.
Yeah, just a little reminder for Simon, who wants double 8 after that treble 18. Not much help from that dart, and he's bust. He's bust.
110.
Well,
just a little fast there, a little too fast. He didn't take his time like in the previous leg.
if Wright takes this out, it's match point, simple as that.
Oh, no finish. What a, once again, Simon gets a bit of luck.
Pressure.
A little bit of luck, though, for Simon, and this is what he's needed. He had it a little earlier, and although he needs to get from 70 from the start, it's not that hard. He's going to get one dart for double to cash in his luck. Double top.
Games on the third leg.
No problem, he says. He says, I should have thought of that the last time. Tops.
Well, you know very, very well, the closer you get to the finishing line,
93.
sometimes the harder it is to find that winning dart, and Peter Wright just got to focus. He's got a huge lead.
69.
Yeah, sometimes it is the old trick. You pretend you need one more leg or set than you really do to help you win a match, and that helps you get to the line without even knowing it. But you have to be fairly delusional.
Thank you very much, says Peter Wright.
Yeah, only his third.
100.
To Simon's 4, and I can guarantee you Peter Wright doesn't mind being behind in that category at all. He'll take the set score category just the way it is.
Well, here we are, John, in the 7th set, and
94.
Peter Wright is still averaging 102. Whitlock certainly speeded up.
134.
He's going for his 17th. Another treble 17 would leave 32 for the match.
Well,
93.
a great chance to draw level and take this into a deciding leg.
Oh, there's a leg ahead of myself there.
100.
Just like when you are when you're playing.
Yeah, see, I guess I am the delusional one.
Double 16, hasn't missed it yet. Well, it's quite remarkable.
A magnificent 7.
7 out of 7 on double 16.
Well, you can guarantee if he can choose which double to try and set up to win the match, it will be double 16. There is absolutely no doubt of that. You see that magnificent average.
100.
You know, you look at the average there, Stuart, 101.68. If Peter Wright wins this match, this leg, and has that average, and by 5 sets to 1 with that average, there's a chance he could be the favorite in the final, no matter who he plays, based on his performances. How can he not be?
Well,
how can he not be the favorite if he wins this?
He showed no fear throughout this World Championship.
But I think it's astounding that, in my mind, and I don't even know if it's possible, but could he be the betting favorite in the final against the Van Gerwen or Lewis? On his performance, the performances say yes, he should be. If he wins this here.
The bookmakers will probably say no.
96.
But he's one leg away. Is this the leg? Is this his time? Is this the moment?
Yeah, Simon needs a good 6 starts, and he's got a great first 2. Just about left tops. Not much Peter Wright can do to stop Simon winning this set, but he knows pressure might just crack the Aussie.
130.
There is pressure.
65.
To stay in the World Championship semi-final, he needs tops. He needs tops to stay in it. And Simon Whitlock stays in this semi-final. Somehow he got the